Eddie and Devin, obviously the fight not being over, everything seems to check out on the medical side at least, from what it seems. Are we going to see Devin back November the 9th in Los Angeles?
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, we're going to talk to Bill and Devin. I mean, obviously, in the ring after the adrenaline's going, and they both said 100%, let's go for that. The slot's there for him. I think he's the absolute perfect audience for Devin Haney. You know, millions of young people watching around the world. I think if you're going to bring someone into the sport of boxing, you know what Lou said, I don't think, you know, these people necessarily will stick to boxing. Well, they won't if they don't see something that makes them go, wow. Luckily, we've got something that makes you go, wow. And that's Devin Haney. So with these millions of young people watching around the world, if they witness Devin Haney, they're going to be a fan and they're going to stick. So if Bill and Devin say tomorrow, Monday, tonight, November 9, it's 8 weeks tonight, perfect. You know, can have a little rest for a few days, and then I think that would be the perfect platform, sold out Staples Center.
I got a question for Eddie. Eddie, is the press conference tomorrow? Or is it?
Yeah.
You think I can get the first flight out to the press conference out there in LA?
You want to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
You sure?
I think so. You know, I'm ready for November 9th. I went in there, I didn't take, you know, hardly any punishment. Of course, I had a hard training camp, you know, so of course I want to take a few days off, but I want to get back in the ring as soon as possible.
Now, I know you haven't been on your phone, you've been taking care of other things, but Logan Paul actually mentioned Eddie Hearn and requested for you to be on that undercard. He said, Eddie, could we make this happen? So,
well, he's a big fan. He was watching tonight, and you know, there's been a lot of chat from, like I said, from the internet saying, oh, you know, it's an insult, a fighter going on the undercard and fight. Like, you know, it's 20,000 people at the Staples Center. It's millions of people watching around the world. That's called a global platform to showcase your talent.
Devin, speaking of a global platform to showcase your talent, is there any style of opponent or a specific opponent that you want to showcase what you're made out of on the undercard of Logan Paul?
That's really up to my team. You know, I'm willing to fight whoever, and I've been saying this for, you know, a long time. Whoever they put in front of me, you know, I'll beat. You know, I'm able to adjust to anybody. I feel like I'm one of the best fighters in the world, and I'm willing to, you know, showcase my skills against whoever they put in front of me.
You just headlined today. Do you have to sort of fight your pride to see on the undercard of that, or is it not?
Say it again.
Do you have to sort of fight your pride to be on the undercard again?
Oh, no, you know, they have a big following, and you know, like you said, I just headline here. You know, I'm going on their card, and I'm happy to be on the card. You know, like I said, it's good for boxing, and it's gonna bring a lot more fans, you know, to Devin Haney and to boxing period.
Hey, Devin.
Congratulations on,
Thank you.
on a great win tonight. Your place in the ring is unbelievable. It shows that it's showing that you're a lot older than only 20. But talk about your dad and what he means to you in your professional career, what he brings to the table in boxing.
My dad means so much. You know, he means everything to my career. My dad was the first person, you know, who brought me to the gym. He taught me how to throw my first jab before I was even boxing. You know, he taught me how to put my hands up, you know, and just protect myself. So my dad means a lot. You know, without my dad, I wouldn't be here. You know, my dad, he came up, you know, really with the game plan to go in there in the ring tonight, and I just went in there and executed it. You know, like I said, without my dad, I wouldn't be where I'm at. You know, and I'm thankful for him, and I appreciate him. You know, he doesn't get a lot of attention because, you know, people they try to say, oh, this trainer, but really my dad is behind, you know, the science behind Devin Haney.
Trainer of the year.
Now,
Trainer of the year.
Now, Devin. Hey, Devin. Now, you had that last fight against Antonio Moran at the MGM over in the Washington, D.C. area, and now here in the MSG. What do you think that you've worked on from those past two fights? And, you know, I would say over the past couple of years that makes you seem so patient in the ring and being able to, be real focused when you're going up against your opponent?
I've been saying this now, you know, I'm only getting better. And that's why I keep saying those guys, they better fight me now, because as time go on, I'm only going to get better. So it's only going to get worse for them. You know, I train hard in the gym. Like I said, I sacrifice I work on many different things, and I'm a student of the game. So, every fight I'm gonna get better.
Now, I see that you're here at 135. How long will it be until you start to move up to 140 and 147, according to you?
My weight cut went actually really good for this fight. I felt great. I'll stay at 135, if I can get a big fight, but I'm not gonna stay here, forever. I'm not gonna stay here, too long, but I'm willing to stay here for, a little bit longer, because I want to get a title at 135 and then move up. I don't want to, miss the 135 division, without getting a title. I want to be a multi-division world champion. So, it starts at 135.
Gotcha.
Devin, why not go after the mandatory with Lomachenko?
A few people here that feel like you too green for Lomachenko. I personally feel like that you would defeat Lomachenko. What do you see in Vasyl Lomachenko? Because I believe I see what you see in Lomachenko, that you can defeat him. But there's some people that here tonight that think you're too green to defeat Lomachenko.
Well, Lomachenko is a great fighter. I take nothing away from him. And that's exactly why I want to fight him, because he's a great fighter. And no disrespect to, any of his other opponents, but they was obviously, too green for him too. So if I'm too green, let me just go on the list with all the other green fighters that he fought.